Imagine waking up one morning and finding your hair on your hands. Not because you were injured, not because an animal attacked you, but because your own body was changing. Thousands of years ago, humans faced a strange problem. A problem that still exists today. Hair started disappearing. People began losing something they thought was part of themselves. Their protection, their appearance, their identity. But in the Stone Age, losing hair was not just a cosmetic problem. There were no mirrors, no doctors, no treatments, and no explanations. Only questions. Why was this happening? Was it a disease? Was it a sign of weakness? Was something wrong with the body? Or was it simply part of being human? For modern people, hair loss can feel frustrating. We look in the mirror and notice changes. We search for solutions. We try to understand why our bodies are changing. But thousands of years ago, humans lived in a completely different world. There were no mirrors made of glass.
No medical books, no laboratories. A person could only observe what happened around them. They could see an animal become weaker. They could see an injury heal. They could see a child grow into an adult. And they could see hair slowly disappear. In the Stone Age, hair had a much deeper meaning than just appearance. Before humans built warm houses, before they created advanced clothing, and before they controlled their environment, their bodies were their first protection. Hair helped keep warmth close to the body. It protected the skin from wind, cold, and harsh conditions. A thick layer of hair was another small advantage in a difficult world where every advantage mattered. Imagine a small human group moving through a cold landscape thousands of years ago. The wind passes through the trees. The ground is hard and frozen. The sun is disappearing, and the group must find shelter before night arrives. Hunters carry simple tools. Families stay close together.
Everyone depends on each other. In this world, even something as small as hair could feel important. So when someone started losing it, people noticed. A young hunter might wake up and see a few hairs on his hands. At first, he would probably ignore it. Everyone lost hair sometimes. But then more appeared. His hair became thinner. Other people began noticing the difference. His face looked older. His appearance changed. And in a world where people depended on reading every small sign, this change would not go unnoticed. Ancient humans were extremely observant because their survival depended on it. They noticed animal tracks. They noticed changes in the weather. They noticed when plants grew differently. They noticed when another person behaved differently. So the human body itself was another mystery they studied every day. But why did some people lose hair while others did not? The answer is connected to biology. Hair growth is controlled by the body and by genetics. Some humans naturally carry traits that made their hair follicles more sensitive to certain hormones. Over time, these follicles could become smaller. The hair would become thinner and eventually stop growing. Today we know this as pattern baldness. But in the Stone Age, there was no name for it. There was only the experience. A person changed, and the group had to understand what that change meant. The human body was a mystery to ancient people. They understood many things through experience. They knew which plants could help. They knew how to follow animals. They knew how to create tools. They knew how to survive storms and cold nights. But inside the body, many things remained hidden. They could not see hormones. They could not understand invisible processes happening under the skin. So when something strange happened, humans searched for meaning. Some changes were accepted as part of aging. Older members of the group often had different bodies. Their hair changed.
Their skin changed. Their strength changed. But that did not mean they became useless. In fact, older people were some of the most valuable members of ancient communities. An older person could remember places younger people had never seen. They knew where to find water. They knew which areas were dangerous. They knew stories, traditions, and survival skills. A person with gray hair or less hair could also be a person with decades of knowledge. In the Stone Age, survival was not only about being physically strong, it was about experience. However, hair loss was not the only strange thing humans noticed about their bodies. They also noticed that humans were different from many other animals. Compared to most mammals, humans have much less body hair. This change happened long before the Stone Age. Scientists believe this was connected to how humans evolved. Our ancestors became better at walking long distances and staying active for long periods. A body with less hair could cool itself more efficiently through sweating. This became useful in warm environments, but the hair on the head remained. The head still needed protection from the sun and cold. So human hair did not disappear completely, it changed. The body kept what was useful and reduced what was less necessary. But losing scalp hair was different because it happened to individuals. Imagine a man living thousands of years ago. He is a skilled hunter, he knows the land, he can create tools, he protects his family. But slowly, his hair begins disappearing. Would others see him differently? Maybe they would. Humans are social creatures. We notice faces, we notice age, we notice differences. Hair loss could make someone look older, even if they were still strong. And in ancient communities, age carried meaning. The oldest members were often the teachers of the group. They passed knowledge from one generation to another. They remembered mistakes. They remembered successful hunts. They remembered places where others had failed. A younger person might have more energy, but an older person had experience, and experience could save lives. Ancient humans also cared about appearance more than we sometimes imagine. They decorated themselves with shells, animal teeth, pigments, and jewelry. They created ways to show identity and belonging. So if someone lost hair, they may have found other ways to express themselves. They could use animal skins, decorations, or different styles. Clothing was not only about staying warm, it was also communication. It showed who you were. The Stone Age was not just a world of survival and danger. People still had emotions. They still had relationships. They still cared about how others saw them. A person could look into a reflection in water and wonder about their changing body. They might not understand the science behind it, but they could feel the same emotions humans feel today: confusion,
Curiosity, concern. The difference is that ancient people had fewer answers. They had to accept many changes without knowing the cause. And perhaps that is one of the most interesting things about humans. We have always been a species that adapts. When something changes, we search for a way to continue. We create solutions. We create meaning. A person losing hair thousands of years ago was not broken. Their body was simply following its own path. The same body that helped humans survive freezing nights in dangerous landscapes. The same body that carried them across continents. The same body that eventually created civilizations. Today, hair loss is often seen as a problem, but in the Stone Age, it was just another part of being human, a reminder that every person changes with time. Our ancestors did not have modern medicine, they did not have explanations for everything, but they understood one important truth: life is always changing. The body changes, the world changes,
and humans survive by changing with it.